Hi,
Hello.
everybody. Thank you for joining us. Uh,
Hello.
this is episode 2 of the OOOPS Brigade on our channel here, Trans Tales. Thank you for checking this out. I am your DM. Wow, it's Ian. My name is Ian. I use she, they pronouns. And let's spin around and introduce ourselves. Let's go with Ben.
Can you hear me? Because my video is a little laggy.
I can hear you.
Okay, that's what's important. Hi, I'm Ben, Brotherhood of Evil Gays on TikTok, and I am playing Shafonsa the Blade, who is a fighter. And I use they, them
Nice.
pronouns, and Shafonsa uses any.
Word. Anna?
Hi, I'm Anna, she, her, and I am playing Minya the Mystic, also she, her, who does magic.
Excellent, excellent. In this cycle of things, we reach Reed, who unfortunately cannot be here with us today, sending good wishes. Up next, we've got Lynn.
Hi, I'm Lynn. My pronouns are he, they, and I play Squirrel, who is the best cook in the world.
I love all of the air quotes in all of these characters' introductions. And last but not least, we have Vera.
My name is Vera Wild. She, they pronouns. I am playing Jessica Rinthwood, who does not have a lisp. That's just how it's spelled. And she, her pronouns for the character. And she is a ranger. No air quotes. That's actually what she is. What she is not is a good liar, which makes her stand out like a sore thumb in this group.
And we love her for it.
She's done nothing wrong ever.
Can anybody give us a brief recap of what happened last time?
I shall do it. First, we threatened to beat up an old man, and we extorted him for his company. Second, we got some food and made friends-ish with a famous adventurer. Third, we teleported to the town where we had just been and lied to another old man about how we had not been there. Fourth, we met with the mayor. Fifth, the mayor got abducted, and sixth, we were about to roll for initiative.
That about sums it up. So, getting back into things. Yes, you have arrived back in this town that you have become all too familiar with, having been there previously. The mayor has just disappeared in this fiery, strange, magical explosion in the room he was waiting in the library. And in his place, you, Squirrel, have started to see coming into being, almost sort of shifting in and out of focus and reality still, this large, strange, oddly shaped creature. Um, as it begins to appear in front of you, you notice that shimmer around it, of sort of like the heat, the heat mirage, heat wave thing you see coming up off of the asphalt in the heat. That's sort of surrounding this thing as it comes into being, and as it comes into being, that same kind of strange bending of reality seems to appear elsewhere in the room, surrounding your friend Gale. You hear a cry from Gale as this thing solidifies into being, and as Gale disappears. Uh, and with that, we will roll initiative with the four of you who are here.
All right.
Got a 10.
I got an 8.
I got a 13.
10,
27.
27. That's a piece of paper.
Oh no, DM on the loose.
Ben, you had a 10.
Yes. No, I had an 8. Lynn had a 10.
You had 8. Lynn had a 10.
Yes.
13, 27. All right, so it's going to be yeah. And this thing is going to roll. Bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle. Okay. Up first, as this thing appears, and the rest of you are able to lock eyes on it, is going to be Mina.
I'm still invisible, right?
Yes. Yeah, you
Okay.
you are currently hidden.
Okay. Sorry, I completely lost track of what I was thinking. So how far away from this thing would I be?
So this thing is in the or towards the wall of the room, the edge of the room that's kind of blown up. This room is pretty large. It's about I'd say you're maybe 40 feet from it. If you were hiding on the opposite wall of the mayor.
Okay, in that case, I will move towards it, trying to aim around 15 feet away from it, just close enough to hopefully not get hurt. And I'm gonna grab a wand of magic missile and cast that.
Nice.
Yeah, you could double your speed. You could get into melee with it.
Oh,
Sure.
right, because Tabaxi does a thing. Yes, right?
Yeah.
I have completely forgotten everything about my character in the last week.
That's me with every
Okay,
character
change
I
of
play.
plans. I am going to use my feline agility to get within range.
Nice.
And then attack it with booming blade,
Ooh, all right.
which will be. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 will hit. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. In that case, that'll be how much damage? Sorry, something smells burning. I want to check on that.
No worries.
I assume it's just cooking, but I should double. I'm gonna do my damage, which is apparently 3. From the booming blade, which is thunder damage, and then slashing damage of 7 from my.
And you were invisible, so you get sneak attack.
You
Oh,
do
I
get sneak
do.
attack.
I lost track of how much damage that is because I
38.
can't find. How much?
38.
3d8?
38.
38. I did? Okay.
Yeah.
I trust you on that. I'm sorry.
No worries.
You got this, girlfriend. We're proud of you.
This is what jump into level 13 characters. You forget because you haven't been building it up over time and getting used to using it.
Mhm.
I've also only ever played like 4 sessions as a player, so like
That would
Word. You're able to take a chunk out of this thing, taking it by surprise. And up next we've got Jessica.
okay. So I'm pulling out my oath bow, and I'm just going straight for it. So first thing, when I pull it out, I knock an arrow and I activate the oath bow by whispering "Swift death to those who have wronged me," which makes this thing my sworn enemy either until it dies or 7 days have elapsed, whatever happens first. So I get advantage on the attack roll, and if I hit, I do bonus damage.
Nice.
So start with the attack roll. And for the advantage, that's a 30 to hit.
Oh, that'll surely hit.
And for damage, initial damage is 9 piercing. And then for the bonus, because this thing is currently my sworn enemy, that will be an additional 10.
Okay. 10. What? That was 30 and 10?
Well, no, 30 was the to hit.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
It's a total of 19 because the bow on its normal damage did 9, and then bonus damage for this thing currently being my current sworn enemy was an additional 10, so 19 total.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You let loose this arrow, and it connects with this thing. Anything else on your turn?
Let
You
me.
get 2 attacks as a ranger.
Do I get 2 attacks with the bow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, crap. I'll take a second attack then.
Awesome.
See, I haven't played a ranger before. All right, so roll to hit again. That's a nat 20.
Whoa!
All right.
So-
All right.
So on a crit, it only doubles the base damage, correct? It
It
doesn't
doubles all the dice, but not the modifiers.
not the modifier. Okay. So, and that includes the bonus damage from the. Okay. So that is initially going to be 12, and then for the extra. Hold on. And the additional damage will be another 27. So that's 29 total on my second attack.
39.
3?
Yeah, you said
Oh, yeah.
27 as well.
39 total. Thank you.
39 total. Awesome.
Plus the 19 I
58 points of damage, not too shabby.
Yeah.
This character is not spec'd for interaction. She's spec'd.
Beautiful. We love it. Up next is this monster, who is going to. It's going to swipe what almost seems like a claw, but it's misshapen. It looks like it's got too many fingers or almost knives coming out of it. It's gonna swipe this at you, Minha. You're the only one in melee with it. So that's gonna be a. Does a 12 hit?
It does not.
Awesome. It will take its second strike at you. How about a 13?
Also doesn't.
But reeling in for its final blow. It's going to come at you with. Does a 15 hit?
It also doesn't.
Dan, This thing is doing its best. It seems almost in distress as it's swiping out at you. It doesn't seem to know what it's doing. Its claws miss you the first strike, miss you the second strike. The third strike looks like it's going to connect with you. You see it coming in for you, but the hand uh, almost disappears right in front of your face as it moves its claw down, and it seems to reappear as it pulls its arm back, confusing it. Um, at the end of its turn, uh, you're gonna observe something strange happening with it. It's gonna sort of flicker in space and time almost, um, and part of the chunk that was able to come out of it from your last swipe appears to almost reappear on its body. Up next, we've got Squirrel.
All right. So Squirrel is going to do a big roar from his mouth, and I'm going to use my bonus action to wild shape.
Nice.
So he's going to get on all fours, and I'm turning into a giant scorpion.
Awesome.
Which means I do, of course, get 3 attacks. So my first attack, I'm going to come at it with a claw, my claw attack. So
Don't forget you have reckless attack if you want to make him at advantage.
I will definitely be recklessly attacking because that was a 1.
Oh,
So I will be recklessly attacking.
hell yeah.
That is a 21. Does a 21 hit?
21 sure hits. Yeah.
Wonderful. So Squirrel comes out with his claw and he goes, and that is an 8. So 8 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Then we are going to go in recklessly with another claw attack. That is another 1. And, okay, does a 24 hit?
Sure does.
Wonderful. So he's going to come in with a second claw attack. That's going to be 9. So far, that is 17 points of damage. And then finally, he's going to take his butt, which is going to hit. Okay. So he's going to strike the creature with his butt, which is
Awesome.
going to be... something tells me a 6 would not hit.
A 6 will not hit.
Wonderful. So he fires up his
Advantage?
I forgot I had that. Woohoo!
And it's supposed to be a +10 to hit, I thought.
Is it with the butt
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So that ignore me, everyone. That's a 14.
A 14 will not hit.
Fuck. Either way, misses.
Yeah. Anything else?
He's gonna meow.
I love that. As you meow at this thing, roll a perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Doot. I have a
Someone
plus 10
speaking my
perception.
language.
24.
Awesome. Yeah, as you meow at this thing, it's so this thing is angry, confused, scared, violent, but as you meow at it, it almost seems like it recognizes that sound. The tenseness lowers a bit, but it still seems frantic and violent and confused. Up next, we've got Chiffons of the Blade.
I draw my sword. I charge at it. As soon as I get into melee, I whisper something to it dissonantly, and I cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level.
Sick, sick.
It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
All right, what's this thing's wisdom? Oh, that could be worse. All right, wisdom save. I'm gonna take it a 13. Doesn't save.
It does not save. It takes 16 points of psychic damage, and it uses its reaction to run away from me. And because it uses its reaction to run away from me, it provokes opportunity attacks from all of us in melee combat with it. So I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead at it. It needs to make another Wisdom save.
I assume a 12 doesn't save.
No, that it does not. It takes 29 necrotic damage.
Ooh, all right.
And it still has opportunity attacks to get.
Yeah. So the two of you that are in melee with it, which is Squirrel and Minha, will get opportunity attacks as it tries to run away.
So I have the Centennial feat.
Nice, nice.
So your creature's speed is going to become 0 for the rest of the turn. I'm gonna take a attack with my claw.
Take it with the butt sting. It does more damage.
Could do it with the butt. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm doing it with butt sting. So that is boop.
On save after you stab it with the butt.
29 hits. What else?
Wonderful. So you need to roll a Constitution saving throw, and I'm going to hit you with my butt for 23 points of poison damage.
You forgot the physical damage too.
I did forget the physical damage. Oh my goodness.
Does a 14 save? I feel like it doesn't.
It is a con of 14.
So it takes half.
Yeah. So that's 1d10 plus 2 of piercing damage. So that's going to be
Plus 6.
Yeah, hold on. So that's going to be, because it's 4d10, you're going to take half of the 4d10, which is 23, and then it's one.
A d10 plus 6.
Oh, I just closed out the Scorpion tab. 1d6. I will trust you. You're smart.
We put the thing on your thing. It's the claw. You see how the claw attack has an option for a d8 plus 5 and a d10 plus 5?
Yes.
Those are the d8 plus 5s are your claws, and the d10 plus 5 is your sting.
Wonderful. That's going to be a 9.
Did you accidentally close a browser tab?
I did.
Control Shift T. or Command Shift T, depending on Mac or Windows.
Shift T. Oh my gosh, thank you. I had no idea you could do this. So yeah.
Anyways, for my attack of opportunity on it, does a 30 hit?
Sure does. Sure does.
Okay, that'll be 11 damage from the sword, and does sneak attack because of people being nearby. In which case, I'm going to find this through here so that I don't have to count the dice myself. That looks like 22 sneak attack damage.
All right.
And does this count as the creature willingly moving 5 feet or more away?
It takes the booming blade damage, the initial booming blade damage, but it doesn't take the extra booming blade damage because that is forced. So it will take the extra 2d8 from booming blade.
Oh, yeah, because I can hit it with Booming Blade this time?
Yeah, because you have
Ah.
Warcaster.
That'll be an extra 7 thunder damage.
Awesome. Oh, this thing's looking real bad.
That's a lot of damage from a second level spell slot.
Yeah, right? Oh boy, ouch. Yeah, so up next, we're back at the top of initiative with Mina.
How far away is it at this point?
It has taken its movement, which is 50 feet, and it's gone out of.
Our druid has Sentinel. It only moved 5 feet away.
It's moved 5 feet.
Okay.
I didn't take my movement yet, or my bonus action.
Okay.
For my movement, I'm going to withdraw,
Yeah.
taunting it, because it's already used its reaction. It cannot make an opportunity attack against me. So I'm going to get just outside of its reach, give it the finger, and go. And that will be my turn.
Now we are up to Minha again.
Okay, so since it's only 5 feet away, I'm going to take a step towards it and attack it with my Booming Blade again, which does a 21 hit.
A 21 sure hits.
Okay, that'll be 12 damage from my sword plus 7 damage of Booming Blade.
Plus sneak attack.
Oh, yes! Wait.
You're a swashbuckler. Either it's still in range with Lynn, or it's not. Either way, you get sneak attack because you're a swashbuckler.
Okay. In that case, I close this on D&D Beyond because I do not want to count that many dice on my desk. That'll be 31 sneak attack damage.
31 sneak attack damage.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do the same thing again.
Sure, yeah.
Which a 25 will hit.
Sure.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, that's 12 on the sword.
31. Oh boy.
24 sneak attack.
Oh lord.
You don't get sneak attack once per turn.
Oh, gotcha. My bad.
But you do get Booming Blade damage.
Yes,
again.
that's 10 more for Booming Blade.
Yeah, that's that is enough. So you as you how are you attacking this thing?
I am stabbing this, slashing at this with my sword, which has like explosive energy around it, so that it seems like I'm using magic on it.
Yeah, totally. As you slash at this thing, it's going to roll something. Where are you? Hush, hush! Don't stop it! Stop it! There we go. Okay. Okay. As you attack this this thing, slash it, it almost seems to disappear as you slash it, and in its place, no, not disappear. Disappear is the wrong word. It sort of gets that same shimmer, like a heat wave, as it almost fades out of existence. But almost immediately replacing it is a spiraling vortex, a void, that begins to open up and spread out. The creature, you could tell you've fought before. You've been in battles. You could tell that you killed this creature. But this thing replacing it seems to be growing.
Is it arcane in nature?
Roll a
Arcana check?
yeah.
27.
27. Yeah, so it's you're able to tell it feels almost arcane, but almost as if there's something else that's part of it too. It's tough to tell. It's definitely not a magic that you recognize, though bits and pieces of it feel recognizable. It almost feels like something is there that isn't all magic, or at least not all magic that you recognize.
Do I think a dispel magic would work on stabilizing it or getting rid of it?
What spell?
Dispel magic.
Dispel magic. You get the distinct sense that part of this is recognizable magic, and your best guess is that that whatever the rest of it is may be in whatever form addressed by something like dispel magic.
All right, I'm going to dispel magic on this beast.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. It does not work.
Okay.
I got a trans wrongs on the dice.
Ooh.
Sure.
This might be stupid. So if it's stupid, just tell me. I have a racial trait that lets me cast detect magic, which I can learn its school of magic in any. Should I cast that?
How does that work? Does it you cast it and you know what kind of magic it is?
If you sense magic in this way, you can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. I don't know if that'll help, but
Yeah. Go for it if you'd like.
wonderful. Yay, cantrip. Okay, well, that's just a cantrip, so I cast it.
Sure. Yeah. So as you cast detect magic, there's definitely magic. As Chiffons felt, there is something arcane with this growing sort of rift that appeared in the place of this monster. The school of magic. You're able to zone in on. It's tough to track down at first as you're casting this spell. So much is moving and changing around it. But at least part of the magic is conjuration.
Okay.
I think whatever took the mare is through that rift, and I think we should go through it.
Squirrel jumps in.
Okay,
No thoughts.
I follow.
Yeah.
Jessica
The mayor
saw
is his friend.
just a big heavy and follows.
Awesome.
I guess technically, like, skitters in because he's still in wild shape.
Does Squirrel have the opportunity to hit his head on this?
I mean, hold on, wait. Let me see how big the giant scorpion is. It is.
Yeah, but scorpion heads are real low. You could hit your
It's
stinger.
I could hit my stinger. It says large beast. Ian, what do you think? Or should I like roll dexterity or something?
You can roll dexterity.
Wonderful. That's 6. He
Okay.
hits the butt.
Yeah. Yep. It's the butt. Love that. Yeah. So you're all diving in. Um, as you go into this void, everyone please make a Constitution save.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
That's
I
an
got an 8.
Oh. Uh-oh.
10.
We got a
uh,
trans rights and a trans wrongs.
beautiful, beautiful. Excuse me.
You're
So
excused.
as you go through this, uh, anybody who rolled under a 16 um, is going to take 27 points of damage. Uh,
What
uh,
type of damage?
of slashing damage, if that matters to anybody's resistances. Um, as you enter the void, this thing, this rift, and it feels almost like you're buffeted by winds. Not quite winds, strange tendrils of force that seem to be jutting out from the exteriors of this thing. As you enter, it becomes almost a hallway very briefly with walls, but it begins pulling you forward until slowly you're taken off of your feet. You begin spinning, spiraling into it. The walls fade away. Everything you see around you fades away into darkness until finally a light at the end of the tunnel appears. You're tumbling, and you're finally spit out on the other end as you come to and look around yourselves. You seem to be surrounded by a crowd. Um, the people just near you in the crowd seem to have been pushed back, jolted around by your appearance. But the crowd is large, and it's tough to see anything around them or where exactly you are.
All right. So I'm gonna make the executive decision to say that Jessica landed face first on the floor on the ground, and immediately upon picking herself up goes, "Why can't we ever just walk?"
So squirrel meows in response.
Jessica will shrug and go, "Fine, fair enough."
Hey, Mina, do you think Squirrel knows that scorpions don't meow?
They don't?
I forgot cat person. Never mind.
Let him have his fun.
As you're all sort of recombobulating yourselves, picking yourselves up, the crowd seems to be moving, voicing loud words of dissent, of anger. It's tough to tell exactly what's going on around here, but everyone around you seems distraught. Everything seems in disarray in this crowd as there's yelling, shouting around you. A a sound sort of crackles out, uh, a staticky sound as a voice calls out over the crowd. Uh, Please, please, everyone, quiet down. We are handling things as quickly as is possible. We ask that you all remain calm and return to your homes. Thank you. And please remember, we are watching out for you. The staticky crumbles away. The voice disappears, and the crowd seems almost more enraged by the sound of that voice appearing.
Can we discern anything that people are like shouting about?
Yeah. Roll a I'd say an investigation.
Oh, cool. That's a 29.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So you are able to tell, at least distinguish some of the yells coming from this crowd. There are people quite near to you, and you can hear one or two voices in particular crying out about some kind of loss, some kind of. You hear one voice near you cry out. She was our savior. Uh, you hear another cry out near you. Bring her back to us. The voices seem to be calling out in hope and need for some figure in particular.
I'm gonna try to tap one of the people on the shoulder and say like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Yeah. So you're able to get the attention of one person who had been yelling and hollering. They look down at you. Um, they take a moment, sort of look you up and down, uh, cock their head to the side. Uh, uh, are you are you not from around here?
Don't worry about it.
Um, they uh, definitely seem worried about it. Uh, I sorry, I thought you must have come with the crowd. You didn't come here with us?
We just kind of got swept up in things.
Could I meow intimidatingly to get him to stop asking questions?
Yeah, go for it. Roll an intimidation.
Wonderful. That's a 14.
Yeah. So with a 14, your meow is not quite enough to, he's like, um, huh. Is that a cat? Is that what's going on here? I have more questions now.
Fuck.
Um, uh, look, look. If you all didn't intend to come here, and he looks around at the crowd, you might want to leave. I mean, this is not going to be pretty.
What happened?
We we lost her. I don't.
Who?
Our our a tear sort of wells in his eye. Our mother, our hero, our She was the only one who cared about us, who protected us here.
A name.
Uh, Lady Valeria.
Valeria Stoneblade?
How do you know that name? I thought you weren't. Sorry, you are from here. You must, if you know her.
We've run into her.
I'm gonna. Am I allowed to talk in wild shape? I don't think I am.
Not till level 18.
All right, I'm gonna come out of wild shape and I'm gonna go. She is friend.
You change out of wild shape, and this guy staggers back, falls to the ground. What's going on? What just happened? What are you?
I'm gonna offer my
Uh,
paw to this person to pick him up. We're just adventurers. Don't worry about it.
My name is Squirrel. You are friend.
As you offer your paw, um uh he sort of he reaches out to grab it, but sort of for the first time uh uh begins to pay attention to you, to see you, um and a look of horror fills his eyes. He looks around at the four of you. Uh, there's a look of confusion, a look of fear. What are all of you?
We're adventurers. Hey, Squirrel, do you think you could bring Valeria back tomorrow or today if we get the materials?
Yes.
What do we need?
He has no idea what you're saying. He just says yes. He's a people pleaser. Yes. Valeria was the person we met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, he just says yes.
Uh,
What do we need?
I'm gonna go back into wild shape.
as you transform again, this guy on the ground picks himself up and bolts away, pushing through the crowd, screaming.
Meow.
The rest of the crowd, roll a perception.
Got a 5.
I got an 18.
15.
Okay. Yeah. So you do recognize the rest of the crowd does not seem as concerned as this guy who's run away. But in a strange, their lack of concern seems strange. They've less that they're not having the same reaction to the lot of you as this guy, and more almost that they don't even recognize that you're there.
Can we look at each other? Like, is there anything different about us?
Yeah. So you roll an investigation, I think. Yeah, as you try and
Okay. That's a 17.
Yeah. So with a 17, you look around at yourselves, and at your friends, and you notice they look normal. They look like your friends, um, but then they don't. They they look uh, all human for a moment, all wearing clothes you don't recognize, all uh, standing as part of the crowd, upright. But that flickers away again as your party reappears. And it's almost like when you were looking at that, when you were first investigating that creature, that monster. It's almost like things in reality are flickering, appearing different for split seconds, almost imperceptibly.
I'm gonna let out a confused meow.
um, the 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 crowd begins growing more violent, more loud, uh, more aggressive. You see people starting to hurl rocks and stones, uh, bring out improvised weapons, bring out some weapons you don't even seem to recognize their shape and form. As they seem to point their aggression towards something far off towards the front of the crowd. As this is happening, a something a loud noise begins coming from the sky near the front of the crowd. As you look up, you see uh, something strange descending, a metal contraption with wings built off of it, with a blades spinning on top of it, slowly descending towards the front of the crowd. Um, the voice appears again. Uh, uh, Everyone, please stand back, or force will have to be taken. Um,
I step
a-
forward.
as you step forward, um, roll a perception.
4.
Yeah, you step forward very confidently, um, moving towards whatever is up there. Um, Everything starts to shift again. Uh, that void that you had stepped into, that seemed to swallow you up, seems to wrap around you again. Um, for a moment, you don't know quite what's happening. Um, the last thing you see as this void starts to consume you again, is someone standing on a platform in that on that metal contraption. Uh, you can't make out much about them, other than they are a figure cut in all white, holding a cane. Uh, they seem to see you as you disappear again. Uh, You fall again through this void.
Do we have to roll
rift?
save?
Yes. Roll another Constitution save.
That'd be a dirty 20.
Sure.
18.
13.
That is a nat 20!
Oh shit!
Silvery
Alright.
barbs.
Cruel.
Kidding.
Excuse me.
It's 5.
And Vera, you rolled a 14. You said
13.
13. Okay. I think the rest of you rolled above 16. So only Vera, Jessica is going to take some slashing damage. Another 12 points. You appear again in the same library that you had left from. The hole in the wall seems patched up, and the room is empty.
This time I'm going to say Jessica lands flat on her back, groans, and refuses to get up. She's just laying there out of spite right now.
Word.
Okay.
So it's
The room looks different. First off, there's not the dead guy. Secondly, there's not the swirling stuff. Third, it's fixed. Are there any personal effects in the room?
Like what would you be looking for?
A nameplate for the mayor's office? Mayor such and such?
Oh, yeah, look around with a roll an investigation.
At the desk is what's the name of the mayor?
The name of the mayor you see is Jedediah.
Okay, so that's correct.
I think we're flopping through time.
Are there
I
any,
don't like it.
I
are there
don't
any
like.
windows here in the
Is there-
library?
Is there what
Maybe
here?
we should go out and investigate, see what's going on. What's the haps?
That's a good idea.
Anna, were you asking about something?
Yeah, if there were any windows to check, like how the outside village looks.
Oh yeah, yeah. There are some windows. If you wanted to peer out.
Yes.
As you scramble up to one of the windows to try and get a view, you see outside of the library into the town center. Things look different. The dragon's corpse is still there, but far more decayed, more rotted bones showing where there hadn't been before. A great deal of the mess and construction seems to be not done completely, but if it looked before like a tornado had just hit, it looks now as if you're in a construction site in the town. There's scaffolding up. Many buildings seem to be coming back together. Debris that had once been there seems gone.
So I think the logical thing we need to do is find the mayor's son, blame this on the other adventurers, especially the flirty one, and then figure out what happened.
Question: do I think this dragon is still able to be harvested for like spell components or research or anything like that? Like, is it still fresh enough for that? I know dragon bones are powerful.
Yeah.
Dragon blood.
It doesn't seem like terribly fresh, the dragon, but there are. I mean, it is still largely organic components of a dragon.
All right, you guys go. I want to. I want a little bit of time with the dragon.
Right.
What do I need to roll for this?
Let's see. I I would say either nature or if you're harvesting for spell components, maybe an arcana.
Okay, I'm harvesting for spell components and magical stuff. I'm going to cast skill empowerment on myself at 6th level to give myself expertise in arcana.
Nice, nice.
So I have a plus 16 to this. Uh, 30.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. You're able to scrape this thing. So what spell components are you looking for?
Things like dragon's blood, dragon flesh. Seeing if the breath sac is still intact.
Yeah.
Maybe a fang or two.
A what or two?
Fang or two.
A fang or two. Yeah, you're able to mostly find components of a dragon. You do you've probably uh, have enough knowledge of magic to know what's what about a dragon, its body, and what bits and pieces have magical properties. As you go around to harvesting the the
What color dragon is this?
this dragon,
Yeah.
purple.
Ooh.
Oh, so it's like a gem dragon?
Maybe. Or I like the color purple. As you. Oh yeah, go
So-
for it.
Jessica is still laying on her back in the library and just kind of hollers out, "I'll come out if you promise me there's no swirling, magical, sparkly vortex nonsense out there."
There's not sparkling vortex nonsense out here that I can see.
I don't like that answer. I'm staying where I am.
That's fair.
As you're having this conversation, there's a sort of a whistle seems to blow, and from out of several buildings start to pour people. Um, they look like they're wearing construction gear, ready to get to work. They seem very organized, as opposed to how the reconstruction efforts had been the last time you disappeared from this town. They start pouring out as they come through. Uh, 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 they seem to pay you little mind. One of them bumps into you, uh, uh, Chiffons, as you're around the dragon. Uh, 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 Apologizes. Sorry. Stay out of the way. And starts moving to get to work on construction.
Do you know who I
Take
am? I'm not taking that.
The person looks back at you. I don't. I'm sorry. Are you construction? Are you here to help?
I'm Chifonsa the Blade. You better watch yourself.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Right, Chifonsa the Blade. Right. No, totally. You're a name. You're a big name. You must be here to help. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were just in the way. Here, if you'd like to help. He sort of goes back towards where he'd come from, digs out or comes back out of the building with a belt of tools and hands it to you. I don't know if this is like below your pay grade or what, but we're getting to work.
I don't need that. I start casting mending on broken things to look inconspicuous. Just how big? Okay, so the spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch. There's a broken chain, two halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, a leaky wineskin. As long as the break or tear is not larger than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage. So can I like fix broken 2x4s or like wood like this, or patch up wall?
Yeah, I'd say you could. Yeah.
Okay. I try to blend in.
Excuse
I
me.
can. Do I have disguise self? I don't have disguise self. I try to blend in and fix walls and listen to the gossip.
Yeah, totally. Is anybody else doing anything as these people start to pour out and get to work?
We
I
wanted to
don't want to
go.
wild shape out, so I'm gonna take my giant scorpion claws and like any rubble that needs to be crushed, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Uh, that's very helpful to the construction effort. People seem very grateful. Some construction worker even seems to sort of recognize you, Squirrel, as you're doing some of this crushing, as the person who'd been helping out rebuilding the schoolyard. Take note of you. Oh my God! Thank you so much. You've made a big difference around here. That you must have been busy for a while. I haven't seen you around. Uh,
Hopefully, we will take a long rest soon. I will wild shape out because I need to talk to this guy. My good friend, how have you been? And he picks the guy up and gives him a big squeeze.
thank you. He's kind of constricted. Thank you so much. Yeah. No, I've been doing well. Things really started to straighten out and clear up around here once the other adventuring parties started coming through to help with the construction efforts. Uh, things were kind of in distress and disarray, and thank God all of those heroes have been able to come through. Uh, I just uh, I appreciate it a great deal. It's taken a weight off of our chests.
Of course, friend, I am here to help. And I'd give him a big, meaty pat on the shoulder.
He feels that. Ah, oh yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful, and I really must get back to work. But thank you so much.
Goodbye, my friend. I see you later.
And he sort of disappears off into the crowd of construction workers.
And then it's then that he realized he probably should have asked more questions.
Anyone else before we get back to this? Any gossip that Chiffons might be hearing?
Well, I'm just going to say that at this point, there's enough sound going on that Jessica feels paranoid, not knowing what it is, and is going to get up off her back and go outside to just catch up on what's going on. But like, not joining the crowd, like leaning against the building with the mayor's office and just looking very annoyed at the world right now. She's really had it with this day.
Vera, if someone in chat gave you a D4 inspiration on something,
Oh,
it would be I'm someone in chat.
Duly noted.
Yeah, you do finally pick yourself up off the library floor. It's tough to stay down there with all of the construction work going on. You said you were uh uh sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
So like once I'm outside, I'm not joining the efforts in anything.
Sure.
She's just annoyed and leaning against the building that the mayor's office is in and just surveying because like at this point she just wants to go to bed and take a MacGuffin on the rest of the day, but it's too early for that. At least I think so. What time of day are we talking about? I'm assuming people are coming off lunch break.
Yeah, it seems about midday.
It's too early in the day to go to bed and call for a do-over, so she's just gonna grouse her way through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that feels very in character. You post up on the side of the wall, of the mayor's office. The construction goes on around you. You're looking around, just surveying things, checking things out. Uh, you do notice something as you're sort of just like scanning the crowd, just looking around. Um, you notice that figure that you'd seen earlier, uh, that strange hooded, strangely dressed person that seems to come from somewhere indeterminate. Uh, they're again standing around. This time they seem to be slightly more there, more the things happening around them seem to be things that they notice, take note of. Um, and the only reason you notice this is because you were the one who saw this figure last, so they kind of stood out in your head.
So, question, and I can't remember if you clarified this last time. I know the hood's up and everything. Am I able to get a gauge on species at all?
Uh, uh, roll an investigation.
Nah, that's a 10.
Yeah, it's tough to tell with
Okay.
all of their hood and clothes. It's tough to get a read.
Okay. That having been said, at this point you can consider me to, as sneakily as I can, but you can consider me to be tracking this person
Totally.
because this is the one thing she's seen that's been out of place on a day that's been really bad. So for the moment, she's blaming whoever the hell this is, and is going to be tracking them and their movements.
Awesome. Yeah. So you keep an eye on this figure through the course of what's going on. What about Minha? Anything going on while
So Mina's going to look for either the mayor or the mayor's nephew, whichever she can find.
Yeah. So the mayor's office seemed empty. And the mayor wasn't in the library where you'd last seen him. You are you're able to catch a glimpse in the crowd of the mayor's nephew. Um, Seems to be hurriedly rushing around, checking in on different construction projects, making sure everything's okay. Meeting with various adventurers as well, who seem to be helping with the construction efforts. Those adventurers have a number of different symbols on them, symbolizing, as you can recognize, different adventuring companies, different, largely pretty big names. The companies at least. But you do see the nephew kind of rushing around between these people, checking in, making sure everything's okay.
I would like to see if I can talk to him.
Yeah, go for it. So you roll up to the mayor's nephew as he's getting out of a conversation with it seems an adventurer. Is thank you, and he backs up and sort of nudges into you, turns around. Hey, watch where you're going there. He walks past you, then does a bit of a double take. Where have you been?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
You he seems confused. You were supposed to be here. I hired you for a job to protect my uncle, and now what happened?
Well, I was watching him and he exploded, and then we time traveled?
He
How long's it been?
exploded? Wait, wait, I don't know what I'm most concerned with right now. I don't. Back it up. Talk me through what.
What happened on the day we disappeared?
Yeah, it was a normal day. I mean, as normal as things are around here. We were getting to work on the construction efforts. I thought you were with my uncle for one of his meetings, uh, but he disappeared, and you disappeared, and then I don't know. We spent the next couple of days trying to find you and him, but I don't know. It was tough. Things got a little harried around here once the other adventurers started showing up, and especially the big names. I kind of had to focus on that, handle those things. I kind of let the disappearances fall by the wayside. Um, Sorry, do you know where my uncle is?
No. How long has it been?
It's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Minya looks very startled by that time.
Sorry, I don't know if I have time for this. I've got a meeting with big important people that are helping the town. I don't I've got to meet with.
What?
You wouldn't even.
What happened with that other party that was having a meeting with him?
The other party. They never arrived.
What?
I mean, as far as I know, we were waiting on a party from Barron's International Town Heroes, and uh, they were supposed to meet with my uncle. Uh, the last I heard, he was still waiting for them, and you were supposed to be keeping an eye on him. But I've never heard from any of those adventurers. I just thought they never showed up.
Okay, it sounds like we have something important to talk about. You might be busy now, but we will talk later. Let's schedule something.
Sure. Yeah, I'll pencil you in for whenever. Sorry, that felt very dismissive. I'm just a little frazzled. We'll talk after. I don't just come by the office later today.
Dinner today?
Sure. And he hurries off. Chiffons, you said you were listening for any rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll an investigation. Trying to tune in.
That'd be a 15.
A 15? Yeah. There's a lot of talk about the construction efforts. There's a lot of talk about the adventurers that are in town working on things. Yeah, there seems to be some mixed feelings on all of the adventuring parties that have come through. Um, uh, Worries, concerns that they might not be helping out as much as everyone seems to think. Worries that they might be focusing on the wrong things, uh, as well as whispers that at least one really big name might be in town somewhere. You're hearing we haven't run into them, or we haven't seen them, but we've been hearing talk of a legendary adventurer. Not sure our town was worth that much of a rescue effort. But those are kind of the rumors you're hearing around town.
All right. I Is there a tavern that's intact anywhere nearby,
Uh, yeah,
or a restaurant anywhere I could go eat?
yeah, totally, yeah. There is a tavern. If anybody wanted to gather there after having spent some time around town, uh, doing your various things. Yeah, it seems like the tavern uh, was one of their higher priorities to fix as part of the food and beverage industry in Brightwood, trying to get people fed as they're working.
All right. I will cast Skywrite as a ritual spell, saying "Oops, Brigade," and come to what's the tavern's name? Is it the Dungeons and Dragon?
It is the Dungeons and Drag Inn.
Come to the Dungeons and Drag Inn. And I go in there and I order myself a drink and some slop, and I begin a short rest.
Nice.
So, I mean, Jessica's still tracking this guy. I feel like I should do a perception roll to see if I even notice the sky writing.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's a 26. So yeah, I'm gonna notice it. What have they been doing?
So
They
yeah, so they seem to be moving around town, taking note of the things that are happening. Uh, they seem to be more here than last time. They seem to be recognizing the things around them, seeing the construction work, but no one else seems to be taking note of them. They're moving around to various construction projects, taking notes, writing things down. They stop for a long while around the dragon. Uh, they seem to move around it, inspecting bits and pieces of the decayed material. Um, they seem very interested in it. That's by far the place that they spend the most time. Um, they begin moving away from the dragon, and uh, they head off into the forest, after they've done what appears to be all of their note taking around the town.
So okay. I don't want to go into the forest. What I want to do is I want to go to the edge of the forest where they went in and just see if I can get a gauge of is this person leaving a trackable trail or not.
Yeah, totally.
Survival?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, so that is a 22.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely seem to be leaving a trail that you could follow.
Okay. So I'm going to make note of the point in the forest where the trail starts. And for now, I will head to the Dungeon and Drag Inn.
Awesome.
So Squirrel has made friends with all of the locals. While helping them, he's like, "Oh, Sharon, you and your husband so funny." And he sees this guy running. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to go, my friends." And he makes his way to the Sky Tavern. I mean, the Sky Tavern. What am I? Dungeons and Drag Inn.
Awesome.
Me, huh?
Yeah, Mina's gonna go there, and once the party's gathered, tell them all that we have a dinner date with the nephew, and I do use that exact language.
Yeah. And anyone here will feel free to do anything here that you'd like before dinner. But you will have a chance for a short rest between now and then. If there's nothing else you'd like to get done.
Can Squirrel go into the kitchen and make food?
Totally. Yeah.
Wonderful. He does that.
The world's greatest chef.
The world's greatest chef.
At work. Yeah. So you're all able to get a short rest. Close your eyes for a second in one of the rooms. Get some food. Get some food and drink, and you sort of get your bearings, get your feet underneath you as you've come back to Brightwood.
While we're doing that, I'm just gonna pull out my pan flute and start to perform.
Oh yeah, nice. Roll a performance.
Dirty 21.
Oh yeah, that's dirty 21. Nice. Yeah. So you start to perform. The crowd in the bar seems to take note of you. They seem to like your performance.
As I'm performing, I am using minor illusions to create illusions of all the various people that I've bested in sword combat, and I'm basically making I'm using the pamphlet to make a soundtrack to the ongoing videos of me beating people in sword combat, hand-to-hand or one-on-one sword combat.
Nice. Yeah. So you all you all are able to get some rest in. Chiffons regales the crowd with the tales of victory as one of the greatest swordsmen this world has ever seen. Um, After a few hours pass, the sun starts to go down. Um, it seems to be about dinner time. The mayor had or the mayor's nephew had told you to stop by the office afterwards, and it's about time to meet up with him if you plan to keep that dinner date.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lot of you head out to the mayor's office. Uh, as you enter the mayor's office, you see in the mayor's chair, seated is the nephew. On either side of his desk stand two familiar figures. One you recognize as One-Eyed Greg. Uh, the other you recognize as the person you'd seen coming out of his office way back when you started this this journey, Baron. The mayor or the mayor's nephew waves you in, says, hey everybody, take a seat. I think we have some things to talk about. One-eyed Greg pipes in, yeah, like hell we've got some things to talk about. What happened to you all? You just dropped off the face of the planet for 3 weeks.
Greg, you need to calm down.
I feel like I'm exactly the proper amount of upset. You know? Like
Greg,
In our defense, we didn't know we were gone for 3 weeks until earlier today.
Baron speaks up. You would say you had unaccounted for time. Things seemed to move at a different pace.
No, I would say that nothing makes sense and I don't like you.
Baron, what
Jessica.
happened to the ones you sent?
Yes. My party never arrived in town. I was given word that they were stopped along the route. We found their bodies shortly thereafter.
Can I tell if he believes this?
Yeah, roll an insight.
24.
Yeah. Yeah, you Baron's like Baron seems like a slimy guy. Uh you wouldn't put it past him to be lying. He definitely seems like he knows more about this party and what may have happened to them than he's letting on.
Can I try
Then
to
how do-
intimidate him until telling the truth?
Go for it.
In case it helps, I'm going to like grab a wand and start drawing it.
Okay. That is a 19 for intimidation. He's just gonna stare into the Baron's eyes and go, "Be honest."
Baron looks at you, takes you in for a moment, nods his head. Yes, I am sorry. I feel that honesty may be a better policy if we're going to get off on the right foot with my new employees. Yes.
Excuse me?
Pardon?
Your new employees? What?
Oh, yes. Well, I made a very attractive offer to my old pal Greg here, and in the interim time that his only adventurers have been unaccounted for, it seemed like a deal too good to pass up. I am now.
However,
I quit.
Greg didn't have the ability to make that sort of deal because each one of us is a partner in there, and there was no such vote.
Greg, is this true? Greg looks down. Shit. Fuck. Oh, shit. I did say that, didn't I? Fuck. Oh, shit. Fuck. God. Tits. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. He sort of straightens his spine a little bit. Yeah. No vote was made, so technically, you don't own this company, Baron. Um, Baron sort of shrugs it off, laughs a bit. All right. Well, the offer is still on the table for the lot of you.
No.
Are you certain?
You are short and your hairline was behind your eyebrows. Too far.
Well, if
Wait a second. What is the offer?
ah, thank you, someone business-minded. That's what I like to hear. Yes, Barron's International Town Heroes is looking to buy out One-Eyed Greg's operation, the lot of your operations, as it appears. We would uh, salary you, of course. We would give you a great deal more funding than you are acquainted with at the current uh, date. Um, what are you making? 500 gold per adventure with One-Eyed Greg these days. That's silly. That's ridiculous. We don't even send adventurers out on a quote less than 10,000 gold. So you would be acquainted with a much higher standard of living and adventuring under my leadership, of course. Your names would, and now I know I'm speaking to well-traveled, well-known heroes of renown. I don't have to offer you fame, but your names would be associated with heroes of a likewise stature. Other greats, of course. People more befitting your company.
So we have equity in this company, and it sounds like you're trying to turn us into wage servants.
No, not at all.
Do
She
you want to
hesitated.
steal our surplus labor value?
Well, I'm willing to discuss. What would you find a fair offer for
Uh,
your?
so I can't speak for anybody else, but my condition is the name of the company has to change. It needs to be Barron's International Town Corporate Heroes. Bitch.
Sure. Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. Barron's International Town Corporate Heroes, or BITC. Huh. Would you mind too terribly workshopping that? Listen, this acquisition is it's a matter of listen, I don't need One-Eyed Greg's operation. I am simply trying to help a friend out. Now, if there are better terms that you'd like to discuss for this merger, I would be happy to speak on those, but only to an extent. Uh, there's only so much I gain out of this, you must understand. Uh, but please, if you have any requests, I can see what I can do about it. Anything to help out. And he pats Greg on the back, an old friend.
Okay, I think we got distracted.
The yeah, the mayor's nephew sort of clears his throat. I agree. You can talk out this business deal later. Uh, for right now, uh, I want to know what happened to my uncle.
I create a minor illusion showing the scene as I remember it.
As you create this scene, the library with the other adventuring party, the explosion, the disappearance of the mayor, this creature appearing. Um, Baron holds up a hand. Pardon me, Chiffons. Uh, can you tell me a little bit more about this thing, this creature?
We killed it pretty quick. Didn't seem too tough. Someone may have thought it was tough, like some uncaring god, but it wasn't. It was easy to kill.
Have you seen anything like it before?
Not that I can recall. It just sort of morphed into existence, and then we demorphed it out of existence.
And as it
Nice.
out of existence, you say, just disappeared?
And to create an illusion of what happened when it died.
I see. Well, this changes things. Jedediah Jr., would you give us the room, please? The mayor's nephew looks up. This is no, I won't. Thanks for asking. Baron Baron whips out a checkbook. I'm sorry. Writes something in it. Tears it out. A contribution to your town's rebuilding efforts, and hands it to Jedediah Jr., who takes a look at the paper. You knock when you're done, and leaves the room. Baron sits down in the mayor's chair that's now empty. Baron's International Town corporate heroes. I don't know if it's gonna stick. We've been examining anomalies like this one. They seem to be cropping up with an alarming amount of regularity, particularly around the town of Brightwood. They seem associated with some shifts in space and time. They've well, I feel I can share this with you now. The party of adventurers we sent here to meet with the mayor. They did not die en route. As you are well aware, they arrived here on time. But when they came back to us, they had... it seemed inexplicable. I had to explain it away, but they had aged. They'd become decrepit. They had all the right feelings of the adventurers I'd known, but it seemed as though decades had passed by the time that I saw them. Their minds were gone. I couldn't get any information out of them. But I believe it has to do with what's been going on here. Now, I also feel that the mayor of this town may be involved in whatever this is. However, it appears you lot have lost him, have you not?
I wouldn't say lost him.
He
Oh.
disappeared when your adventurers opened the door.
The rift formed in his place.
Rift. I see. And you went into this rift, you say?
Yeah, that was weird. Didn't like it. One
What did-
star, would not recommend.
What did you see on the other side?
Oh, it was a couple. Pardon me. It was a couple days later. We were. What's her name? Had just died.
Valeria.
Stoneblade.
Valeria Stormblade. No, that's impossible. Valeria is simply the greatest adventurer there's ever been. The world's finest hero.
Besides us.
Of course. Besides yourselves. The thought of her death is... It's inconceivable.
Well, we saw it.
I see. And,
And I cast minor illusion to show him what we saw. And while he's looking at that, I'm going to attempt to pick his pockets.
yeah, go for it. He's
Uh,
distracted for sure.
So could I have advantage?
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. So with a 26, you're absolutely able to pick his pockets. Um, there's it's there's not much gold in there. There is essentially a magical charge card with Baron's name on it. Um, uh, Other than that, his wallet seems mostly empty, except for a small silver coin.
I take the silver coin.
All right. Yeah. Uh, he leans in to look at the image that you've shown him. You believe this to be the future?
Well, it's not the past.
And it's not the present. So when you eliminate the fact that it's not the past or the it could be an alternate timeline.
Intriguing. Listen, I would like to get to the bottom of what's going on in this town, as I'm sure the lot of you would.
Getting bottoms is what we do best. I mean,
If you can find the mayor, I would make sure that you are handsomely rewarded, and perhaps we could discuss the acquisition of One-Eyed Greg's operation. One-Eyed Greg speaks up. I don't think we're discussing anything, right, guys?
Greg, the adults are talking.
Wait, no, hold on. Wait, no, the rats. Uh, Baron smiles. So, would these terms seem amenable to you?
Fine. Yeah, that works, I guess, for now.
Jessica just shrugs. Whatever.
All right. Well, in that case, I wish you the best of luck. If it helps, I believe I know where you can begin. There have been reports of another one of those creatures somewhere in the woods. Perhaps finding another one would help you track down where it took the mayor.
Perhaps it will.
Lovely. Then, without further ado, I will leave you to your work. Thank you all for being so amenable. Greg, Toodaloo.
Can I
Uh,
accidentally trip him on his way out?
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand.
Fuck.
Accident purpose.
I have what the fuck? Okay. that's a 10.
I
Uh,
believe he would get on a post athletics or acrobatics check.
Yes.
he rolled a 2 on the dice. Yeah, he stumbles, face plants.
Oops.
He picks himself up, dusts off his clean white suit, now sullied with the rough dirt of the floor. Looks back at you, Squirrel. That was nice. That was a nice move. I'll remember that.
I had an accident. It was accident. And can I try to intimidate him into it was accident?
Sure, yeah.
Wonderful. That is a 16. It was accident.
He nods. Accidents. Accidents happen. And he disappears through the doorway. You now have a mission to track down the mayor from Baron, and I will leave us here for today.
Wait, before we go, one last thing.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Identify on the silver coin to see if it's just a silver coin or if there's some magic behind it.
Oh yeah, totally. Cast Identify.
I am, as a ritual. So I don't have to just use it.
Great. You don't have to roll anything for Identify, right? You just
Nope.
Yeah. So you turn it over. It's not really made of silver. It looks silver. It's not though. It's made of a different metal. You feel it in your hands, the grooves along the edge, the bumps on its face. It's not something that Chiffons of the Blade would have ever seen before. Not something that any of you would have ever seen before. As you turn it over, attempting to identify it, what you
If
can
it's a
tell,
magic imbued item, I learn its properties, how to use it, and whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has.
what you can tell is it's not magic. You turn it over, and you place back in your pocket an American quarter. And that is where we will end for today. Thank you all
Yeah.
for playing. Apologies that we got started a little bit late and then ran a little bit late. But
It
thank
will
you
happen
for
again.
coming around. It will happen again. Everybody who has come out to watch us, thank you so much. We will be back next week, and then we will be taking a break for the holidays. Thank you all, and bye.
Bye. We're like Hall of Gaze, am I right?
Where is the stream ending soon screen? Oh, there's so many screens. There it is. Bye.
Bye.